Hello, lovely people. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you, wherever you are listening from or watching me from. Assalamu alaikum to all my friends and my loved ones on this little blue app and the red app. All right, so let's have this conversation, and it's gonna be snappy and straight to the point. All right, Michael, it's raining. Yeah, it's raining. But we still have to go to school. This one is not like it's raining, so there's no school. No, you go. Yeah, you go. Mr. Say, good day to you, man. So I saw this post on the Informed Teachers Forum. All right, the Informed Teachers Forum. Somebody can tag him for me. And this, he was the Mr. Jerry, Honorable Jerry, is the convener of that platform on Facebook, and he's been doing some wonderful and amazing jobs for teachers in Ghana, all right, and for students in the remote areas where he teaches. And I really want to say kudos and congratulations to them for the good work they are doing, for the great work they are doing in those places, all right. In fact, he's a qualified, certified counselor, clinical psychologist, right? Great. So if you have any psychological issues, you can contact him as well, and he will guide you on things to do. And in fact, teachers and workers in general who are suffering from mental health. In fact, if I say mental health, I'm not saying you are mad walking on the street. Mental health can be anything. You are depressed, you are stressed. Think about all of them. All those we consider mental health is very, very important. You situate yourself very well. And I read on his page this afternoon whilst I was taking a break from my class, and I laughed. I smiled. Good afternoon. So it's something he wrote concerning a student who left his class, right? I'm going to turn the camera very soon so that we have the conversation in proper context. All right. He wrote something about a student who left his school, but he was actually teaching the student, and the student left his school to a private school, and all of a sudden the student's English is Englishing. In fact, at first, this is the same student who wouldn't abambas name 1 minute be this is the same student who wouldn't answer questions in English or wouldn't want to even speak English in class. But this student all of a sudden has the confidence and is able to speak and converse in articulate himself in proper English. And he was surprised. He said, what is in these schools that makes it different? What is in these schools that make it different? That a student could leave a public school and go to a private school, and all of a sudden that student is one of the best. All right. Okay. Just give me a second. I'm going to flip my camera so that you can see my face. Unless you are enjoying the street view, I could leave it on. But I want us to have this conversation properly. All right. So yes, this is me. So Honorable Jerry, I'm using your post to make this video. Okay, I'm using your post to make this video, and it's very important. I'm just going to bring it into context. The first thing I would say is the class size. All right, the first thing I would say is the class size. I believe this is not rocket science. From the class size in public schools in Ghana, especially, and the class size in private schools in Ghana, there is a big difference. Mm? We all know when I was in Ghana, I've always said it. I had a class size that was bigger than all my students put together here. But in the private school, they don't do the mass production. They don't put all students, about 100 students, in the same class. Okay, they don't put about 100 students in the same class. In Ghana, I had a general arts class that I was teaching mathematics, EMAS, elective mathematics, which that class size was about 120. Yes, it was huge, it was big. Then I had a science class and I had a business class as well. The business class was huge as well, about 45 or 50 students. And you ask yourself, how do you do some of the things that we learned in college or in the university about teaching? Mm? How do you expect the teacher to be doing micro teaching, small group learning, all the things that you guys can mention? It is impossible, close to impossible. In fact, it is not feasible in that kind of environment because you, the teacher, have a very lean way to walk through the students. All right, pairing them to do activities is going to be very difficult. So class size is number one. That is why a student will leave a public school and go to a private school and be thriving. In a private school, the class size is normal because when I was growing up, I went to a primary school in my thank you, whoever gave me the stars. I appreciate it. I went to a primary school in my village. That was kind of private in a way because it was being handled by a white lady, or let's say a Roman sister from the Amsterdam or the Holland, who started a hospital, who set up a hospital. And that hospital primary school was actually meant for the workers of the hospital. But later it developed into a public school and everybody could bring their children there. And he was very particular about the class size, not more than 25. Yes, you could see this white lady going around the school most of the time. Hey, this class is too much. Okay, you go back to the public school. You go back. She was very particular about it. All right, she was very particular about it. You don't go beyond 25, maximum 26. So we had that environment. It was very good. You know, those who went to that school in my village those days, you could see the difference in them. The quality of behavior, the quality of communication, their attitude and everything was different because the kind of people you meet in that school is different. And that brings me to my second point. Your peers, the quality of the peers that we have in these two different schools are different. In public school, we all know it's all play up. In the private school, we all know the kind of students you will interact with. Look, if I send my child to a private school, I know the kind of students he or she is going to interact with. Yes, and it influences their behavior. Don't let us kid ourselves. Yes, they influence their behavior. They are look, if your daughter or your child will learn, it also depends on the fact that he or she knows that there is a competition in the class. You understand? Yeah. You know, look. Take a student who is in the public school. It takes self-motivation to learn. Yes, I went to a public school. It took self-motivation for me to learn. You have to be motivated personally. You have to be motivated intrinsically before you can push yourself. But you see, in a private environment, everybody is clocking the thing. Everyone is clocking. So you have no reason not to. In fact, they are all behaving right. They are not insulting anyhow. They are not talking anyhow. So you will be forced to also, comply. Compliance, very important. You understand? So PS, the classroom environment. Then I think the schooling environment is also one of the major factors. Look, there are some schools in Ghana that when you get to learning under trees, and I've watched the Informed Teachers Forum for so long, where he laments about their learning environment. Teachers having peers under trees, teachers having to deal with so many things that they are not supposed to be dealing with. You understand? And yet they expect the output to be great. Little input, they want the output to be massive, which is impossible. But in a private school, look, the environment alone breeds that intelligence in you. So whether you are daft or you are whatever, you will be you are motivated to be smart at once. Yeah, it is the truth. Most of you teach in the private schools. You know this. You know these things that I'm talking about. The environment, the classroom, the scent in the classroom alone, the neatness of the place alone, gives you some hope for life. Even if you are too daft, still you have hope that by sitting in this classroom alone with this kind of students and this kind of classmates alone gives me hope. And I've told you before, one of my bosses says, I don't send my children to certain private schools because I want them to be the best in the world. No. Being the best in the world comes as an addendum. It comes as an additive. But I send them there for classmates. Yeah. The kind of classmates that your children have influences them. How they behave, how they talk to you, how they respond to you. Because you know very well, in certain houses, you cannot talk back. No, you dare not. The behavior is top notch. But in the public school where some parents they are not even involved in the life of their children's studies. They do anything they want. And that brings me to my third point, parent involvement. In the private school, the parents are heavily involved in the life of their children or in the learning of their children. You understand? They are part of it. They are part of it. That is why in Ghana, for instance, because I'm from Ghana, so I'm using Ghana as an example. In Ghana, for instance, if you look at some of these high schools, like Wege here, Briggles and all, where parent-teacher involvement is high, they look different. Achimota and all those kind of these A-class schools, they look different. The children come out different. But take the all play all ones, where some parents don't even know when their wards are in school or when they are not. They don't care. You definitely see the difference. Look, most of our generation that went to public schools and made it, they were self-motivated. Oh yeah, you don't need anybody to motivate you because you yourself, you saw the poverty in the house. And so you must learn. You were forced to learn. All right? And in recent time, it is not like that. There's so many things competing for their attention. You understand? There's so many things competing. In fact, you, the parents, there's so much competing for your attention that you don't even have time to even consider, hey, Charlie, Kofi, what are you people learning in school? You know? You don't check. You don't check their homeworks. Their parents don't even know the kind of homeworks. Look, when my daughter was going to school in Ghana, it was a private school, and I told them, look, a child that was like 2 years or 3 years, they were giving them homeworks, and I'm like, hello, why are you people stressing these kids? They are children. You should be playing with toys and shapes and games. They should be learning something not too formal like this. They didn't understand me because I did a little bit of child psychology when I was in the university. So we understood the developmental stages and all these things. They don't need those heavy learnings. All right? They don't at those early stages. So sometimes when my daughter brings the thing, I say, put it down. Chill. Because the whole day you were sitting in the class, your mind is exhausted. Chill. At points, some people say, hey, you are spoiling her. No. I was giving her a mental break. You understand? I was giving her a mental break. That is what some of these private schools do. It is not all learn. Trust me, they go there, they learn. But look, they have the laxity of time. The private, they play, they relax. You understand? Even the quality of food they give them, it's top notch. And you guys know that when parents are involved in the learning of their students or their children, definitely they'll have a say in it. If you have a say in it, you definitely make sure that that teacher or that whoever is teaching your children behaves well. Number one, most parents of private school going children, they don't even look at qualification first though. Trust me. They don't look at, is this guy qualified to teach my kids at a private school? Is this teacher qualified? No, they don't even look at that first. You know what they look at first? They look at the attitude of that teacher first, the behavior. How does this teacher talk to our children? How does this teacher communicate with our kids? That is the most important thing for them. You understand? And it brings me to my fourth point. These private schools, teachers are not calling children by names. They are not knocking their heads. They are not insulting them. In fact, they don't bring their spillover anger from home and come and be insulting those children. You go to the public schools, teachers come. Hey, Papa Cristiano, they will insult students. Eh? You stand there, you are like, hello? Letitia, private school teacher, you cannot. You dare not insult somebody's son or somebody's daughter. You understand? You are forced to toe a line. Discipline. You behave professionally. But what do we see in the public schools? No. All these teachers, they feel pompous. They are the reciprocity of all wisdom. So if the madam is coming, madam is coming, then all the children, they are shivering. They are popomiasis have cut them. Then they are shaking. Madam Abo, hey, madam. Because the moment you say, wait, madam will lash you with cane. Madam will knock your head. Madam will insult your mother, it will insult your father, it will insult all your uncles. Madam is suffering from broken heart, but madam will not stay home and sleep. Madam will bring that broken heart to school. Any child, any male child that will cross madam will you beat that child. Why? Mr. B is suffering from broken heart. The wife has already made him angry. He brought that anger to school that day. Every student that will get even 4 over 5 in your class, he will use the anger on you. They will beat you and insult you and knock your head and push your back. Look, if a teacher beats, look, sometimes you guys need to go back to early childhood development. Go back to that notes, your notes that you learned about special education. Go and read it again. And you could know that a child that is 2 years, 4 years, 5 years is not well developed. Even at the middle school level, JSS level, they are not well developed. Their brains are still developing. So why do you knock them? Why do you use your hand to beat their spine? Bang! Get up from here. The child is sleeping. You don't know why that child is sleeping. They will come and hit that child. Bang! Why are you sleeping in my class? Get up. And all this affect their confidence. It affects their morale. It affects them psychologically. You guys don't know the mental torture we had to go through. We went through it. Why are you putting children through that same thing in the public schools? And we are confused sometimes why these same students leave the public school, they go to the private schools, and they are doing better. Because in those environments, there is what? Monitoring and evaluation. Yes. Proper care is being taken care of their mental health. Nobody touches them anyhow. They are not on the field weeding. They are not in the sun weeding. No, they don't do that. No, they are not. Teachers will carry students, then they'll go and work on their farm. And we are teaching them how to farm. No, who told you? They came there to learn science. Teach them science and let them go back home. Who says you should teach them how to farm? I had a student in Ghana. In fact, he's currently in the US. In fact, he's been here before I even came to the US. Jira, anybody who was in Mampong Presec will know that student. The time I was there, this student was one of the students who you say does not comply. Good, because the mother, I think the mother is from South Africa also, so they kind of have this South African background, and he comes there. The way we were behaving here, he says, "Man, what is this?" It took him time to be able to fit into the compliance of our public schools. So every teacher in the school feels that student is proud. They feel Gerard is proud. He doesn't respect and all that. So he's always been punished. Do you know when Gerard was in Ghana, that boy wasn't your normal average student, like he's good. No, academically. But the moment that boy left Ghana and came to the US, those times we were in communication. He sent me a Facebook and said, "Mr. O, I am top of my class. I am on honor roll." And I said, "What? Gerard, you on honor roll?" He said, "Yes." He's in the police now. I mean, he passed out. He has his kids. He's married. He has kids. He has his family. He's living his life good. You understand? He came on top of his class. This is the same person that we had condemned. We have packed him somewhere. That boy that is not good. He doesn't respect. And what is our concept of respect? The person should be shivering the moment Madame Letitia appears. The moment Douglas appears in the class, people should be shivering. No! The students should rather be happy to see you. "Hey, Mr. Opon, what's up? Hey, how are you?" But they are shivering because they know the next mistake you are going to insult them. Look, when I was in Koforidua Sectech, it took me a lot of energy to answer questions in class, because if I get it wrong, I am doomed. My math teacher will beat me. He will insult you. Oh yes, Mr. Asma. Everybody knows him. I love that man. Despite, you see, I chose to channel the negative part of the class for myself. That is why I'm also a math teacher today. Because I looked at him and said, "Look, I will not allow this man to be insulting me, so I'm going to learn math. I dedicated time for math every day, math. You understand? But it wasn't because it was something I should have done. Yes, I know I'm supposed to learn everything. But on a normal day, it would have been a different story. But this is the man who comes to class, insults you when you get it wrong. When he asks you a question and you get it wrong, that day you are dead. If he's walking by you there, you will receive a knock. Go. You weed, you work. My brother, you don't enjoy Sectech. Every day when it's a time for his period, we are all shift. Everybody's quiet. In fact, even the smart ones in the class those days were quiet. Everybody was like, "Asma, you don't talk. You can't have any other book on your table apart from your notebook. If you have any, he will just walk to you and tear it. He doesn't care whether the book is all these Aquila and things. He will just tear it into pieces. Something you bought with your money. Huh? He will not say, "Oh, put this book aside. We are not using this book today." No. He will tear those books into pieces. He will intimidate. He intimidated us to the extent that we felt we were good for nothing. You know? And it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. And those are the things that are still going on in most of our public schools. Yeah, most of our public schools, those are the things that are going on. The people are still doing it. Letitia and co. Letitia, you and your people, you are still beating students, you are still insulting them, you are still killing them, you are still, pouring your anger from home on them. I'm not the one who made you angry. I'm not the one who ate your food. I'm not the one who broke your heart. I'm not the one who didn't pay you your salary. Why am I the one supposed to suffer? Why? You cannot manage your own emotions and manage the emotions of your students. And they are the immediate people, you pour it on them. They will never do better. They will never be good. You understand? These are some of the little things. Oh. They are little things. If you come to this part of the world, they're not doing any magical. Let me tell you the reality. Students here are not like, yes, there are schools that are top notch. Yes, there are schools that are like Ivy League schools. Those ones you cannot compare. Private schools are here also. You cannot compare it to the normal public school. But trust me, a student from a public school can still he has hope that he can still make it out of where he is. I have students that are 19, 20, 21, 22, 25 in my class as of now. But they are not perturbed. They are not worried. Some of my students have kids, right? Yes, no one is killing them. In Ghana, a student will go and born. You want to go and born. Go and born. Go and give birth. The whole world has come to an end. They will insult you. That day you will not eat. In fact, you will not eat for 1 month. Because we think pregnancy is the end of the world for everybody. No. Here, I have students who got pregnant in their first year. That is 9th grade. They go and they will still come. The system will have a way for you to come back and finish up. They are not cast away. They are not thrown away. That is what the private school does. The private school says, look, irrespective of your mistake, you just do it. Mistakes are learning processes. They are part of the learning process. So you just make that mistake and you'll be corrected. But no, in a public school, that mistake, hi, you weed, you fetch water, you go and do grounds work. Everybody will punish you. Why? You speak English and get it wrong. They will make fun of you. Fun. They will teach you till you don't speak English again. Look, a lot of my friends don't talk when we're in school. I'm essentially, make I go talk, make they laugh me. They will laugh me. They will tease you till you yourself, you regret. But in the private school, students are allowed, or they are allowed to express themselves. They are allowed to explore their world very well, effectively. I know people will say, oh, those private school teachers, they are all SHS leavers. No, that is not the truth. And even if they are SHS leavers, there is a system that is working that the public school teachers who are so-called qualified must learn. You understand? The so-called qualified teachers in the public school, they must learn some of these things. But no, we will not. We are just angry. We bore. We are just angry for nothing. So, concerned teachers, this is just some of the few things that I wanted to bring to your attention. I know the list is not exhaustive. No. I cannot finish talking about the reasons. There are so many reasons. But these are just some of the few ones I want to touch on. And that is why I said, if you have the desire to come and teach in these parts of the world, start practicing the very things they also do here. Here, we don't yell at students. Here, we don't insult them. Here, you cannot sack the student from the class. You cannot say, get out of my class. No, you cannot. You call, there is a protocol. There's a proper way to get a student out of your class. It is even against the law for a student to walk out of your class by himself or by herself. Unless that student is going to use the washroom or something. But if you say, I'm going. No. As soon as the student say, I'm going out of anger, you have to call the front desk and say, hey, this student walk out of my class. So at that point, he is no more under your jurisdiction. He's no more under your supervision. But you don't call. Something happened to that student. You have already marked that student present. They'll say, this student was present in your class. He's supposed to be under your watch. What happened before he or she is here? What happened before he or she was hurt? You write and write and write. You go explain tire. You understand? You go explain tire. We are not doing any magic here. Why would an American student finish high school and have hope that I've look? Most of my students they've started their own businesses whilst in high school. Registering business here is as easy as buying chocolates on the market. Eh? You just go online, click, 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 but you have your documents. You don't need to go anywhere, pay bribe to anybody. So a high school student have hope that, hey, if I want to start my own, look, I have a student in my class currently. He said she has her own dog business. Now, the dog business is that she walks the dog for the big people in DC. Oh yeah, you guys know Washington is where the bourgeoisies are, right? And he said, how many dogs do you have? He said, I have over 30 dogs now. Yes. People who want to travel and they don't want to leave their dogs in the house, they bring it to her. People who bring their dogs to work and they said, oh, I need my dog to go and walk a little bit. So sometimes you see her, he said, I'm holding 5 here, I'm holding 6 here. We are going around, we are walking. And it's a business. She's making a lot of money. Some of them have their own week. He said, look, I've started doing my own week. I've got the labels, everything from, is it Thailand or so? I have a link there and they're bringing it here and I'm shipping, I'm doing it. You understand? And this is a person who is not a university student though. No, he doesn't need to be a university student. He's not even your A-class kind of student. No. These are students that are average and below average students. The system just opens up like that. For us, nope. It is the opposite. It's the opposite that we do. It's unfortunate, but start doing the things that you learned in the university, the professional things that we are supposed to be doing. Calling students by their names, giving them the opportunity to express themselves. If a student is answering a question and gets this wrong, there should be a protocol in your class that nobody laughs at that student. Yes, we can make fun once in a while, but don't make it a point that every time one student gets up to talk, everyone is laughing. No, you are killing the confidence of that student. That same student will leave your class and go to a private school and boom, he or she is flying all over the place. And you don't get it. It is our attitudes as public school teachers that is also killing the initiative and the innovation of the public school students. I believe if we change that attitude, if we change that modalities, things will be better. You see them coming out and be bold and confident and be able to speak for themselves, stand up for themselves. It is very simple. It is not magic. The private school teachers are not doing any magic. They don't even have any magic wand to do anything. And one last thing I want to add is the motivation. What motivates you as a public school teacher to go to school every day to teach? Is it all the money, or it's about making sure that you are conducting yourself professionally, a job that you sign up for? Oh yes. When I was there, we all said that, oh, Napo was pretending to pay us, so we were also pretending to teach. And the students were also pretending to learn. Yes, fair enough. But as long as I am there, even if I'm there for one day, I make sure I don't misbehave. I go to my class, I teach my students to the best of my ability, and we all thrive. I don't want to even go into curriculum, let alone resources, because that one is a whole 2-hour video. That's a whole conversation on its own. To talk about resources and the curriculum and all those things, no. You just go and take the private schools and take the public schools. They are not learning anything so special. But you ask yourself, why are these students behaving differently? And their minds are different. Because those environments opens them up, or those curriculums that they are using there opens them up to what? Robust thinking and robust analytic things. Like they analyze things from a different perspective of life. But the public students, nope. We don't stimulate them enough. When I was teaching, I was using these college or like books that on a normal day we would all use. Okay? Most public schools will use. Yes, I was teaching the elective maths. I was doing my own thing. I was teaching them according to the standards or the curriculum of the nation or whatever. But trust me, I was incorporating real life questions, real life applications, things that they can relate to. If I'm teaching them simultaneous equation, I should be able to give them a question that relates to that thing. How well are you relating your teaching to their real life applications? No, we don't. Because we are not being paid enough to do those things. So it's okay. Because of remuneration. And most of the time, are you aware that teachers in the public school get paid more than those in the private schools? Oh, yes. Most private schools teachers are paid less than the public school teachers. But the students in the private schools perform better than the students in the public school. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't. Isaac. Pregnant students are not dismissed anymore. Okay, that is good, but they used to. And you see, I am not even talking about even the dismissal alone. I am talking about the fact that the way people will be talking, the teachers will be gossiping. They will be talking about you. Hey, look at this girl. They will gossip from morning to evening. That student's confidence alone, nobody will sack you. You will leave the school by yourself. Mr. Waji, that is what I'm talking about. You, the student who is pregnant, will leave the school by yourself. Nobody will sack you. Because the way they will gossip about you, the way some of your colleagues will tease you, the way some of the teachers will make you look like you are the worst thing that has happened to humanity. In fact, you are so wasteful to say you are good for nothing. Those comments are the ones that will make these students leave and not come back. In fact, some of them don't even want to continue, even though they have so much potential. You understand? They have so much potential, but they don't want. Here, if a student gets pregnant, there are resources, there are things that are put in place for that student. So long as that student wants to come to class. Look, I had pregnant students in my class. In America, it's common. And I'm rather, oh, how are you? How are you doing? How's the baby doing? Oh, Mr. Oh, he's doing fine. He's doing good. The peers in the class, the other students in the class, they have no right to even make fun of him or her. No, they don't have any. No, they don't. They don't make fun of that student. You understand? Let alone for teachers to be talking about. No. If the counselor is sending you information by email, it is confidential. You are supposed to keep it. In fact, when I had 2 students who got pregnant, I didn't even know. So when they got pregnant, I was emailed privately. And they sent me their files that shows that this and this and this. So if you see them sleeping, if you see them going to the bathroom often, know that this is what they are going through. That way, I know how to handle them. You understand? I know how to handle them. But not the opposite way where, for us, it becomes a topic in the school for discussion. As soon as we see the student coming, then everybody will scatter. Oh, no, Bano. Then you start pointing fingers at her. You start pointing fingers at him. Oh, this boy has gone to jail. Look, I have students who have been to jail and they are back. Sometimes you call them and say, oh, Mr. Oh, I was in jail, man. I was in jail. I'm like, really? So, yeah, what did you do? Man, I just got a fight, blah, blah, blah. It's okay. Next time, don't do that again, all right? I want you to finish this class with the top grade. So, yeah, Mr. Oh, I got you. I got you. No more, no more. I know how to hang out with good people. I'm not going to hang out with bad people anymore. They say it freely. And you have no right to judge them in any way. You have no right. It is not in your place to judge them. It is not in your place to determine whether they'll make it in life or not. No. Yours is to teach them and to make sure that they become better students when they leave your classroom. But what do we do back home? We are the prosecutors, we are the executioners, we are the judges. We cast everybody into one net. And we say, this boy is good for nothing. You are criminal. You are a bad boy. You are good for nothing. You will not even make anything in life. How can you be telling your students that they are good for nothing? How? Why? Why should they even be doing that in the first place? We tell students they are good for nothing. Who says you are good for something? You, the teacher, who says that? Who says you are good for something? Guys, I'm going to end it here, but I'm just saying that let us be careful, let us be professional, let us be circumspect how we handle the job that has been assigned to us. In fact, nobody assigned it to you. You sign up for it, and you sign the agreement that you'll be of your best behavior. You teach your student professionally. You behave well. So let's stop making excuses, and let's stop insulting students. Let's stop casting their spirits down. Let's stop saying demeaning things to them. Let's stop demeaning them. All right? I've made my point. If you don't agree, we can meet in the comment section. Thank you all for engaging with me. I appreciate it so much, Mr. Isaac, Letitia, everyone who submitted. Oba, thank you so much for your comments. I couldn't highlight your comments today because I was driving. It's raining, so I needed to focus on the road. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you all. I'll see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday. We'll have a conversation. Maybe we'll continue this conversation. You never know. All right? Share this video if it makes any sense, and tag all the teachers. Tell them they should stop all those things that they are doing to the students. They should stop. They should stop shaming, body shaming students. You are fat. You look big. You are this. No. Stop it. You are killing them mentally. You are killing them within. Emotionally, you are destroying them. It is not good. All right? Our job is to be professional as much as possible and to make sure that we deliver on the agreements that we signed or the papers we signed to. All right? All that I've said is now implemented. Oh, Margaret, which ones? You mean they're not sacking us? You see, they are implemented, though, but are we practicing it? Implementation is different from practicing. I've seen teachers doing PLC under trees. They are in the sun doing PLC. You've started PLC, beautiful, but the PLC should not be done under trees. When this PLC began, we talked about it. We had a lot of discussion on this platform. You can go back to some of the old videos. We had a lot of discussions. The modalities and what must be done and what must not be done. We talked about it a lot. And I even had an email from one of the people who were part of the team that crafted the PLC document. I asked him for us to engage. He never came back. He sent me an email. He made a comment on my YouTube, and I also sent him an email. He left his email there. I contacted him. He never got back to me. You understand? Exactly. So I am saying that yes, they have been instituted. These things have been instituted. But are we practicing it? Are teachers not still insulting students? Are they not still knocking their head? Are they not still calling them by their name? Are the female teachers not pouring their heartbreak on the students? Are we not body shaming the students? We are still doing it, Margaret. Are we not? Are we not? Even if you are not, some of your colleague teachers are still doing it. Look at your big head. Look at your why are you looking fat like that? We say those things. And you see, we think it is normal, but it is not. It depends on how every student processes their things or whatever you say to them. And words are powerful. Once it is spoken, it registered here, they can look, some people can play that in forward, backward. They will play that in throughout their life. And that kills their initiative. And that's it. For a teacher to say you are good for nothing, do you know what that does to your your self-worth as a person? It is serious. But teachers say these things and they go away free. Nobody, say anything. Nobody says anything. It's unfortunate. We hope that these things have been instituted. We hope everyone will comply and we will put our best professional behavior. Thank you so much. The do's and don'ts. Thank you, Kobina. Thank you, Margaret. The teacher says it will take time before we can eradicate that behavior, though it has been implemented. Letitia, it shouldn't take time for us. I am not saying I am holier than thou, but I am saying that put at least there should be an 80%, 90% delivery of your professional behavior. You understand? Let it be. I'm not saying you are a saint, so you will not make mistakes. No, you make mistakes. But it shouldn't be part of your daily behavior. I don't even know the last time I insulted. When I insulted, one time I got angry and I wanted to insult them, I insulted them in my local language. As if any TB or the Namho. Even that one, if that student recalls me and go and play it to Google and Google translate it, they will know that I've insulted them. And my job will be on the line, right? It is not part of you. So you forget all those insults. You forget all those things. They come just as they are to you. And you are supposed to teach them. Yeah, I'm teaching you mathematics. I'm not teaching you how to shape your head. No. They come with their rasta. It is not for me to say. Those that I have a relationship with, I say, man, come on, man. Go and take some shower. Did you take shower? Mr. Oh, come on, man. Water bill. No, come on. Shower. I took shower on Sunday. It's okay. It's okay. But the ones I don't have any relationship with, I dare not say it. I don't even have any right to say it. You understand? I don't have that right to say it. Say they are smelly. They are this. No, the student comes to look. The moment they enter the class, you know the class is smelly. Once they leave, there's a particular student. It got to a point, everyone got to know. So once that student leaves, Mr. O, was this student in your class right now? I say, yes. Man, it stinks. They all know. But it is not for me to say that you are smelly, you are stinking. No. I am not. It is not my place. You understand? We have a referral system. I can refer that student to the counselor. I said, I want to recommend this student. And, they have free deodorant, free soap that these students can go for. Yes, they have free colognes for the men. Oh, yes, they can go there and say, oh, can I get some cologne? Can I get some, They give them for free. So yours is to recommend to the counselor and say, please, I want to recommend this. And I think he has this odor that he's dealing with. I don't know where it's coming from. And sometimes it's just the clothing. Or sometimes they have pets, dogs or cats that they sleep in the same room with. So the wee-wee and everything is smelling mixed up. They don't care. They are there in your class to learn mathematics, and that is it. You understand? Sometimes they know they are smelling, so their confidence is even low. There are students that I approach. By the time you finish talking to them, Mr. O, thank you so much. Because they themselves have realized it. So they have coiled. But it is you, the professional, who has to bring that thing out of them. Say, hey, come on, let's go. You are good. And those students, they are good, though. They are the best students in my class. But they don't talk. They don't have the confidence to come out because they feel they don't look good. They feel they are not wearing the trendy shoes. They feel they are not part of, anything. So they don't even have friends. It is my job in their stinking situation, give them high five and do what? And make them feel welcome and loved. Your class must be welcoming. That is the notion here. Letitia, I know it is hard, but we'll get there. Huh? Most of these things are Bible principles, and some of us don't behave as professionals. Yes, Margaret, I'm telling you. They are basic principles. Maybe I think that is what you want to write. But they are all even from the Bible. The word was, most laws are crafted on the Bible, so that one, there's nothing for us to even argue about. These are basic principles. Let that child feel loved. Loved. Let your classroom be welcoming for that child to come. Let that child yearn to always wake up and say, Madam Letitia's class, I want to go. Madam Margaret, I want to go to Prince's class. Let that child wake up every morning feeling that they want to come to your class. But if one of your students or any of your students start feeling that, today I don't want to go to school. Why? And that madam, you always insulting. That madam is always insulting us. He's always saying your head, look at your back, look at your this. Look, he's always insulting us. So I don't want to go to school. Once a student starts feeling that way, you are doomed. It means you have relented on your professional duty as a teacher. All right, guys, I'll end it here. Letitia is laughing. I'll end it here. We'll talk again and we'll continue this conversation. Letitia, we'll continue this conversation, okay? Yeah. We'll continue. I know we have talked about it before, but the post on Informed Teachers Forum brought it again. So definitely, let's ignite the conversation again. All right? Let's ignite how or what can we do to change the narrative, to change the way we teach, to change the way we interact with our students. All right? You are not seeing some people on the page again. Yeah, Letitia, if you are not seeing them on the page again, they are here. As I'm talking, they are in the classroom or they have come back from school and the students have battered them like, oh my goodness. Yeah, once you don't see them here, they are here. Should I start mentioning names? You should write names of talkatives. Letitia, you are a bag. You want to write names of talkatives? I better go. Let them come and write their own names. But I mean, you've seen Prince here. Prince Adenyo is here already. Abdul is here. I know some people. The ones you are not seeing, unless one or two people, but most of them that they are not seeing, by the grace of God, they made it. They made it. They are here. you mention the names. You start mentioning the names that you see. They will come and reference themselves. Oh, Letitia. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Benedita, Benedita do show. Benedita. You don't even get a time because I think she goes to school very early and she leaves late. So if she doesn't get me in the morning, that's it. The time I'm doing the video, she's in the classroom. Yeah, Benedita, you don't see Benedita. You are very observant. Then Jackpa, they all made it. But I'm just waiting for the right opportunity, the right time for them to come and share their own stories. Yeah. I don't force people to share their story. So, as and when they want to come and share it, they will come and share it. Thank you so much, Nicholas. Thank you so much. Yeah, Letitia, Benedita was very active here. She was very active. And now, the students are making her active. Sometimes you call and say, hey, sometimes if it's not God here, then we have been slapping some students and say, you can't slap anybody. Yeah, it is what it is. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nicholas. Thank you for joining me live. I appreciate it so much. Okay. Yeah. So it is good. It is all good. So if you don't see anybody here, start looking for them on their WhatsApp status and on their Facebook platforms. They here. They did the corner inside for here now. Josh, you don't see Josh again. Josh there, but he has already said it that he's already here. You guys know. Just day here. Eben, Mr. Opon, them all day here. Mr. Opon to the whole we are saying. Mr. Opon day here. So low key. You don't see Mr. Opon again on my platform. All right, guys. I'll see you and we'll have this conversation again. All right. Have a good night.